nerd, rocks the screen. She's a straight shooter, if you know what I mean. Dishing out the truth about the royal scene, with a fist of fire and a voice so keen. Hitting hard with those altar bridge vibes, no sugarcoating, no false alibis. Tearing down the lies she despises. Yorkshire laughs with fire in her eyes. Steph don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines. In a sea of fake, she's a beacon bright, unraveling the drama without a fright. Armored with honesty, ready to fight. Injustice quivers at her sight. Unbreakable will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Steph's world, truth is intertwined. Steph don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines. Will won't be confined. Mind of steel and heart redefined. Rhetoric sharp, leaving dust behind. In Steph's world, truth is intertwined. Steph don't play, she holds the line, shouting from the rooftops across the digital vine. Harry and Meghan under her sign, fearless and bold with a soul that shines.
Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and yeah, I'm back, and after a very emotionally draining week, it is time to crack on. And I do so keeping in mind that I'll be doing my part to carry on with my granddad's legacy. So for everyone that has sent me privately or, you know, publicly messages of support, your kindness and compassion has not gone unnoticed for me and my family. So thank you so much. Yes, we are continuing to heal, of course. He only passed away quite literally a week ago, but yeah, lots happened this week, and I got back to the UK and I got back home here at like midnight. So, like midnight, like Friday, Saturday, if that makes sense. So I landed in Manchester at like 10:30 on Friday evening, and I didn't get home until literally midnight. So it's been that draining that the majority of this weekend, I've just been sleeping. I've just been sleeping just to freaking recover from all the emotions and everything that's happened, guys. But yeah, let's crack on, guys, right? So with that being said, let me jump into what you guys have in store from myself for today, Sunday, the 16th of November, 2025. First and foremost, oh yeah, Megxie has been dumped by the Kardashians, by Kris Kardashian and Jenner over this major, massive photo feud. Best believe that, yes, even though a lot has been going on with my family this week, I have been keeping tabs on the misadventures of the gruesome twosome. And so there is a lot to cover today. So stay tuned for my first topic. We're going to get then into the second topic that I don't think I've seen anyone else actually report on. Forgive me if I'm wrong here. But Megxie might have angered fashion powerhouse Aquazzura over the deleted Kardashian party pictures. Oh yeah, Megxie now might officially be fashion roadkill. So we're going to get into that for the second topic for today's live stream. And then the third one, oh my goodness. Big massive story, of course, with Megxie, Hazza and the photo feud with the Kardashians, right? But another massive story that seems to have actually gone a little bit under the radar because of the whole Kardashian photo feud is that Hazza might have been caught out providing a witness that has lied in the Daily Mail lawsuit. And as a result, there are reports that are saying that he could actually lose his title over this. So is Prince Harry set to lose his title over his witness lying in the Daily Mail lawsuit? Oh, we're going to get onto that for the third topic for today's Daily Nerd Live. And then the fourth one, guys, well, that is entirely up to you. It is the bonus Hazza and Megxie story. And how do you guys get to unlock the bonus Hazza and Megxie story? Well, if we get at least 10 super chats in the next hour, then you guys get to unlock the bonus Hazza and Megxie story. And what is it all about? Well, hint. Megxie could actually go to jail over this. Like, legit. This is insane. So that's the bonus Hazza and Megxie story. Hint for today's Daily Nerd Live. Now, please bear in mind, YouTube at the moment is being a bit of a spaz, whatever you freaking want to call it, right? Because it won't let me set up the goal. I don't know why. It's a YouTube kind of like going a little bit what's it on me. So I will be keeping tabs on all your super chats to ensure, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to the 10 and you guys unlock the bonus Hazza and Megxie story. For those that are watching on the replay, fast forward like 5-10 minutes and I will have started the first topic for today's live stream. But firstly, let's start with some fantastic news, you guys, because, oh my goodness, congratulations to my mates, the Sidley twins, for reaching 100,000 subscribers and becoming next level YouTube legit with their silver plaque. I also actually need to publicly apologise to them. I've done it privately, because I said I would do a little video congratulating them to use on their 100k stream, and I was all up for doing that. Thing is, though, with everything that's happened in the past 7 days, I lost complete track of time and ended up being a forgetful freaking doofus. For some reason, I thought they were doing their 100k stream today. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, congratulations, though, to the Sidleys. I am really, really proper happy for them. And yay, they freaking deserve it. They really, really do. Now, another channel, just to segue into this, that I believe should reach 100,000 and fast to become another next level YouTube legit channel with a silver plaque, is my second channel, Political Nerd. So if you haven't done so already, then please support the expansion of the Alterverse and subscribe over there right now. The Stef rants, linguistic analysis, and so much more when it comes to the current state of the UK and the rest of the world. For those watching live on YouTube, the link to my second channel is pinned right at the top of the live chat. For those watching on the replay, it is in the description bar below. With that being said, said, I do have a few thank yous before we jump into the first topic for today's live stream. So let's get this done. So Aussie Queen 2026, thank you so much for gifting one leadership to one of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of Aussie Queen 2026. Also as well, thanks to Carol for also gifting one of you lucky lots a leadership. Again, appreciate your face, Carol, and that only means one thing, guys. Today's gifting wars have officially begun. So thank you so much to Aussie Queen and Carol for kicking off today's gifting wars. And for all you leaders out there, thank you so much for being extremely patient with me when it comes to the leader only streams over the last couple of months. I've literally been back and forth home to Italy because of everything that's been going on with my family, as you guys know. So now that, I suppose, the ultimate has happened, the plan is for the leader only stream to be next weekend, so stay tuned because I haven't spoken to you guys in a while and we need a catch up, don't we, guys? We really do. Lisa Boo, yes, I know, I've heard Head Mod Project Metal Music is in hospital right now, so good vibes, good thoughts and everything to Head Mod Project Metal Music right now. I don't have any details other than he's in hospital right now. So whatever's going on, I really do hope that he gets better soon. My goodness. Carol, thank you so much for the sugar bucks. Saying Meghan is the gift that keeps on giving. I know, right? Like, let's be real here, yeah? Megsy and Hazza keep doing dumb shits. When they keep doing dumb shits, they're giving us more content for our channels. And so, yeah, she is kind of the gift that keeps on giving. I do have to admit that. Fair play. Aussie Queen of the Ruse, thank you so much for the sugar bucks and that very wonderful tribute to Project Metal Music there. Very kind of you. King Bob in the chat with my favourite super chat sticker. And for those that don't know why this is my favourite, let me explain right now. This is a ginger doggy and the rat's coming from its tail, and when you lift the tail from the doggy, what's directly underneath? The butthole. Therefore, this is a ginger doggy fighting arts moment. You'll never be able to ever unsee it ever again. You are so very welcome. So thank you so much, King Bob, for putting a smile on my face there. Sarge is in the chat. Hey up, Sarge. Thank you so much for the sugar bucks, saying, hey up, Steph. Pups are doing well. Oh, Georgie and Olivia, I'm glad they're doing well. Link Lauren bought Megsy's candle. One problem, no wick. I know. That was something else that I've been keeping tabs on this week. I mean, oh my goodness. Everything just seems to have freaking kicked off this week. Like, in the world of Hazza and Megsy. It's absolutely freaking insane. Aussie Queen of the Who's, thank you so much for that very kind sugar bucks. Saying, apparently those two grifters are coming to Australia. I've got the whole zoo army waiting. Yeah, I've heard this, actually, from the Sidley twins. They're live right now. And they've been reporting on the Hazza and Megsy might be going back to Australia or something along those lines. So, yeah, I'm going to be looking into that. Oh, yeah, I'm looking into that. Mic drop, Lisa. Thank you so much for your kindness and your friendship. Very kind of you. Thank you. Once again, my condolences, Steph. Stay strong, girly. We all love you. Thank you so much for that. Mic drop, Lisa. Trish, 5573, says, glad you're back. I'm glad I'm back too. Just to get back to life, get back to normality, do what I love, and continue to make me granddad proud of him, you know? Sorry. It's like I can't speak English right now. Bear in mind, like, the majority of this week, you know, I've been speaking a lot of Italian, so Bleh. It's as if I've forgotten English all of a sudden. But yeah, as I continue to make Grandad proud of me. There we go. It's, yeah. My head's still battered. You've no idea, guys. But yeah, I'm glad I'm back. Because, yeah, my granddad was proper proud of me and what I do on here and everything. He was absolutely amazed. Like, couldn't fully understand it, which is understandable given his age, but he was really proud of me. So, yeah, I'll continue with that. Whoever he is, I'm sure he's still proud of me. Shaz1769, thank you so much for your kind words here. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family, Steph. You do your granddad proud, and he's smiling down at you. There you go. You see, you speak better English than me. There you are. Kizzy Arsenu, thank you so much for the kind sugar book saying you go, girl. I will try. Jean Rick, thank you so much for my favourite ginger doggy farting arts moment, and also gifting a leadership to one of you lucky lots out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of Jean Rick. And no way, can't believe it, live you guys, and Steph is amazing. Oh, well, you're amazing too. OG of this community, I'm telling you right now, Jean Rick, thank you. Tree Star, my goodness, thank you so much for that very, very generous sugar bucks there. Guys, hearts in the chat for Tree Star right now, because this is generous. Saying, I heard they cancelled Meghan's cameo in the movie. Does anyone want to send me the source for that? Stef The Alter Nerd at gmail.com. My email is in my description bar on YouTube. If anyone has the source for that, the article for that, or anything, send it to me. Tree Star, if you've got the source, the article for that, please, if you can, send it to me. I'd love to read it, vet it, and see, you know, what's going on. So, thank you so much, Tree Star. King Bob, thank you so much for your sugar bucks, saying the candles cost less to make when you don't put a wick in them and you make more money. What's the point of selling candles if you don't have a wick in them to be able to light the freaking candle in the first place? All you're actually buying is not really a candle, because it's not functioning as a candle, but instead you're just buying a block of freaking overly priced wax block. I can't imagine smells that great anyway. What comes out of me ass probably smells better than her freaking candles. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, she's the freaking bed, guys. Really? And Sarge is saying that's 10, Steph. I actually count it as 9. Let me just double check, Sarge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, sorry, Sarge. That's actually the 9th one for the goal, but Big SM in the chat getting in with the 10th super chat to unlock the bonus Hazard and Megsy story for today's live stream. Thank you so much, mate. Saying, isn't William and Catherine going to Australia next year? Maybe Harry and Meghan will make a foursome so Megsy can share the royal events to help. Oh my goodness. I'm looking into it all. So stay tuned. With that being said, you guys, let's jump into the first topic for today's live stream, because yeah, Megsy is now Kardashian enemy number 1. It is as simple as that. I'm just making a quick amendment there. There we go. So, how do I put this? Let's put it this way. The Kardashians are not happy with how Megsy and Hazard have handled this all, and how this photo feud, allegedly, right, is overshadowing Kris and her 70th birthday party and all that lot. Because, yeah, whatever heavenly deity you believe in, right? I'd help you if you even try to overshadow the Kardashians, right? Megxie and Hazza seem to have done that. They are now officially Kardashian enemy number freaking one. So let's go into all of this, and I'm going to be laying down the groundwork here and showing you the sources and the information as to, you know, Megxie and Hazza actually now getting dumped by the Kardashians over this photo feud. So it all seemed to have started, right, when palace sources criticised Hazza and Megxie being at Kris Jenner's party over Remembrance Day weekend, right? And so here from page 6, they're saying that palace insiders were appalled at Hazza and Megxie's appearance, grinning and all that jazz, at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash. And they say it just proves why Hazza and Megxie should not be accepted back into the royal family. One palace insider saying it's so tacky. It truly shows that Harry is so far removed from the rest of the family. These people may be stars in America, but the pure ostentationness is at odds with what Prince William is trying to do with his life and the monarchy. And so we had even more embarrassing information coming out of that party about Megxie networking and perhaps, you know, begging for investors to try and fund her failing brand. An insider telling page 6 she was definitely in networking mode. She smoothed with a lot of power players, blah, 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 blah. And guys, if you think the embarrassing information from inside the party stops there, then you would be totally wrong. As Richard Eden had this little tidbit to tell us, right, on X, saying the following, right? As a member of the royal family, the Duke of Sussex is used to being at the top of the social ladder. In Hollywood, however, Harry is learning others are on higher rungs. At the weekend, he and Meghan had to run the gauntlet of the paparazzi outside Jeff Bezos' Beverly Hills mansion. When they finally arrived at the party, they found Beyoncé was already there, having been allowed to drive up to the property with the media unaware. Oh, yeah. So Hazza and Megxie might think that they're the most important people in that room because they're royalty, this, that, and the other, right? Yeah, no. Firstly, they're not really royalty, okay? They're royalty on paper, but that's really it right now, yeah? And secondly, yeah, there's more important people than them. It don't matter about their titles anymore. No one gives a shiz about that, really, the grand scheme of things in Hollywood, right, guys? And so, with all the backlash, right, and all the embarrassing news coming out, Megxie and Hazza apparently, through a rep, demanded that the Kardashians delete photos of them at Kris Jenner's party. So here, a source tells page 6 that a rep for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle asked Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian to remove Instagram pictures that showed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex at the reality star's big 70th birthday bash. A source saying they don't want to piss off the royal family whilst they're trying to reconcile. They need the royal family, said a source, adding, Meghan is aware of that. Now, why would they demand the Kardashians remove pictures of them at the party from their social media? Why? Because if anything, Hazza and Megxie being at the Kardashian party, for Hazza and Megxie, in their own weird, effed up way, would be a good thing, right? Look at us, we're accepted in the big A-list echelons of Hollywood now. Look at us going to Kris Jenner's party and, you know, Jeff Bezos' house, right? And schmoozing up to the A-listers, blah, 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 blah. You'd think they'd be happy with that. But this has gone absolutely freaking nuts with a capital N. So why would Hazza and Megxie demand the Kardashians remove the photos? So here, this article is turning around and saying in Cosmopolitan that multiple sources have weighed in with different intel. Demoy, I probably mispronounced that. I can barely speak English, let alone freaking French, so screw that noise, right? Insiders speculate that the removal of these images may be linked to Megxie not wearing the traditional red remembrance poppy a small but symbolically significant detail in the UK during November. However, Rob Shutter's Shutter Scoop claims that Meghan and Harry personally asked for the unapproved photos to be deleted and were furious that they went up without permission. Now, the Kardashians seem to have complied with this request, right? As TMZ reported here, which, for anyone that knows, TMZ essentially is the mouthpiece for the Kardashians. You know how People, as far as we're concerned, is the mouthpiece for Hazza and Megxie? Well, TMZ is that, but for the Kardashians. And TMZ turning around and says, look, the birthday pics with Prince Hazza and Megxie have now been deleted. Now, once those pictures were deleted, there was a lot of speculation as to why the Kardashians removed the picture and why Hazza and Megxie may have asked them to do that in the first place. Here, we've got HRH Catherine on X saying Harry and Meghan didn't RSVP to Kris Jenner's birthday party. That's why she deleted all of those photographs, along with Harry and Meghan desperately pleading with her to take them down, all due to it being Remembrance Weekend and the backlash. Thing is, though, bad blood is now brewing between the Kardashians and Megxie and Hazza. Here, as New York Post is reporting, the drama over these photos now is continuing. You'd think, you know, remove them, and that's it. A little bit of speculation, of course, as to why they were removed, who asked them to remove, blah, 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 blah. But it would have died down by now. This has been going on for nearly a freaking week. What the deuce, right? So, yeah, the drama over all of this is continuing, and it's getting worse and worse for Hazza and Megxie. So much so that New York Post is now reporting that the Kardashians and Jenners are not happy with Megxie and Hazza, forcing them to take down the photos. A source claiming to the Daily Mail that Kim Kardashian is pissed off. The source saying, you know, Kim was like, you've already been photographed outside the party, and you're at the baby-to-baby event the same night being photographed like Meghan Trainor and Paris Hilton. So what's the problem? Exactly. What's the problem indeed? Now, Megxie and Hazza seem to have responded through their, as I mentioned, usual mouthpiece, allegedly, People. As People says right here, they understand that Hazza and Megxie didn't agree to have photos of them taken inside the party and for it to be shared, and checked no on a photo consent form, leading to the images posted on Instagram to be removed. The thing is, though, this is actually being contested because we've got a source at Cosmopolitan saying they were polite but firm. Nothing goes online without their sign-off, a source explains. They've built their brand on control, and they weren't about to let a Kardashian post ruin that. Yeah. But then this source is turning around and saying that Hazza and Megxie are talking BS in terms of this whole consent form situation. Here, Us Weekly, saying, meanwhile, a source with a knowledge of the event told Us Weekly there was not a consent form for guests that they were aware of. So, Team Hazza and Megxie are saying there was a consent form and they ticked no for their photos to be shared, right? With a source saying, look, they control their brand. They weren't about to let a Kardashian post ruin it, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, another source is turning around and saying, what's this BS about when it comes to the consent form? There was no consent form that we were aware of anyway. What kind of BS are they talking about here? And now, with all this drama continuing and all this drama overshadowing the Kardashians and Kris Jenner's party, oh yeah, Kris Jenner reportedly is now pissed off at Hazza and Megxie. Here, as Cosmopolitan writes, as for how the Kardashians feel about it, apparently, quote, Kris doesn't like being told what to do, especially not by royals who live in Montecito. She said if Meghan and Harry want control, they can have it, just not on her guest list. Ooh. And it's not just Kris Jenner that's been pissed off by Harry and Meghan and dropped them and dumped them. But Kim Kardashian as well is pissed off at Harry and Meghan and has dumped their asses as well. So here, the Daily Mail reporting that their sources claiming that Kim is absolutely fuming at the gruesome twosome. Another saying that Harry and Meghan have risked losing support from Hollywood A-listers that they need now more than ever. A source close to the Kardashians are saying that they're baffled and angry, given that Harry and Meghan were happy to be pictured inside the baby-to-baby gala hours before Kris Jenner's birthday party, where they posed with their friend Serena Williams. And so the Daily Mail source saying, quote, Kim was like, you've already been packed outside and you're at the baby-to-baby event at the same night being photographed like Meghan Trainor and Paris Hilton. So what's the problem? The source adding, Kim is pissed off. Now, very important to note here, right underneath that a source close to Kim is saying that everything that's just been mentioned there is not true. The thing is, though, is that denial false? I'm only asking for a friend here because more reports have been coming out that Kim Kardashian is furious with Meghan and has now ended all contact and friendship with her. And so here, this is being reported by Sky News. Kim Kardashian has reportedly stepped back from her friendship with Meghan Markle after a string of awkward moments led to what insiders are calling a total vibe clash at Kris Jenner's lavish 70th birthday celebration over the weekend. Celebrity reporter Rob Shutter writing on Thursday that Kim Kardashian has cut ties with Meghan Markle after what insiders are calling a total vibe clash at Kris Jenner's star-studded 70th birthday bash. Insiders told Rob Shutter that Kim Kardashian was left fuming when Meg's reps requested that the photos be scrubbed from the internet. One insider saying Kim doesn't do take-backs. And so here you have sources turning round and saying, essentially, that the Kardashians have now dumped Harry and Meghan over this photo feud situation. They're done with them. They're done with this drama. Because this whole drama has overshadowed the Kardashians and has overshadowed Kris Jenner's birthday party. Now, one thing that I'm intrigued about with all of this is how the Kardashians are going to handle this whole photo feud drama on their show, The Kardashians. I would not be surprised if there is an episode pretty much dedicated to all of this now. And so this might be the first time in literally freaking years, right? Then I might actually tune into a Kardashian episode. I might actually just do that. I mean, I can see that happening. I can see Kris Jenner doing a massive FU to Harry and Meghan being like, do you know what? We're going to monetize your stupid asses and we're going to do a full freaking episode on this drama. I'll tell you something. If South Park is anything to go by, oh, they're gonna get some eyeballs on that episode. Kris Jenner's not stupid. She's not stupid. I'm sure she is planning this now, this episode. How can she not? How can she not? Now, we've got some reactions. So a reaction to the pictures, first and foremost, that I wanted to show you is actually from Brittany, Royal News Network. Saying that, you know, pictures are popping up, they're all good. Harry and Meghan seem awkward, as if they have a tenuous connection to this crowd, but haven't really integrated. They're not in any way of the big group shots, and the more pictures you see, the more it becomes apparent how much like Andrew and Sarah they are. And they really are. For those that haven't already, buy Andrew Lowney's book entitled Because Even Though It's About Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, she's the freaking bed. I am seeing so many freaking parallels between those bozos and the gruesome twosome. It's not even freaking funny. It really, really isn't. Now, I got a couple of reactions to the pictures being taken down. Then I wanted to show you guys, first from According to Taz. saying, well, I'm not surprised. Megxie and Hazza have managed to make Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party all about them. First, they were upset about not posting photos of them, but then when they did, they were taken down. It's always drama with those two. Yeah, totally. And then let's go back to Britney at Royal News Network saying, so Harry and Meghan didn't consider the ramifications of Remembrance Day until after the pictures were posted. Come on. That's just absolutely lazy PR management. Remembrance Day is over 100 years old. They knew what the weekend was and went anyways. A pathetic excuse. Yeah. And just overall, they're pathetic excuses for being royals, really, at the end of the day. With that being said, those that are watching live, stay exactly where you guys are, because we're going to get into the second topic in a moment. And this is something that, do you know what? I'm not really seeing anyone else comment on. Forgive me if I'm wrong here, but has Megxie angered fashion house Aquazzura over the deleted Kardashian party pictures? I tell you something, the folks over at Aquazzura, I can imagine they are not going to be happy about this at all. I've got the information, I've got the receipts, but you guys can decide on that. Before we get into the second topic, I just want to say a big massive thank you to everyone that's tuned in live right now, whether you're watching on YouTube or on X. Thank you so much for tuning in as I get back onto this. If you haven't done so already and you want more misadventures of the gruesome twosome, then if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you have hit that subscribe button, and make sure you also like this stream as well. It's completely free to do, and it helps this channel a lot in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're watching on X, again, same thing. Make sure you're following me at Stef The Alter Nerd. And yeah, comment in the live chat over on X. Let me see who's watching over there right now. With that being said, let's jump into the second topic for today's live stream, because yeah, has Meghan Markle angered fashion house Aquazzura over the deleted Kardashian party pictures? Let me put it this way to you, I cannot imagine they're going to be happy with her right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because yeah, it looks like Megxie has potentially angered fashion house Aquazzura over the deleted Kardashian party pictures, photogate, photo feud, whatever the frick you want to call it. Now, let me start with why the pictures of Megxie and Hazza from Kris Jenner's party were deleted. According to Team Sussex themselves, via their alleged mouthpiece, People magazine, right? So they say that People understands that Hazza and Megxie didn't agree to have photos of them taken inside the party shared, and checked no on a photo consent form, leading to the images posted on Instagram to be removed. Now, I just got a question for a friend here, right? If those pictures were not supposed to be released, okay, then why did Aquazzura make this post? Just asking for a friend. So Aquazzura make this post, right? Megxie wearing the Aquazzura black tie sandal 105, bow tie clutch and love link earrings in Los Angeles. Released 5 days ago, 11th of November, right? Now, we know that Hazza and Megxie are control freaks when it comes to their brand and image, as a source says right here, yeah? When they went to, allegedly, the Kardashians and told them to remove those pictures, the source explains that by doing so, Hazza and Megxie were polite but firm, and that nothing goes online without their sign-off. explaining further, they've built their brand on control and they weren't about to let a Kardashian post ruin that. Now, this is the thing that grows even more curious for me, right? Aquazzura even used the same picture on their Instagram and referred to Megxie as with the title of HRH. Now, thanks to Avenger for QE2 and the Saint Meghan Markle Reddit, props to you guys, snaps and claps to you guys for sharing this. So here we go. Aquazzura on Instagram, sharing it. HRH, Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle wearing Aquazzura black tie sandal, blah, 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 right? So, for me, right, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, it would stand to reason that Megxie was happy for Aquazzura to use their picture at Kris Jenner's party for their post with her express permission because A, she seems desperate to be seen as fashionable, especially with her recent trip to Paris at that damn awful Balenciaga show, right? B, they addressed her as HRH in her Sussex title. And we know how Megxie is an alleged narcissistic nutbag from hell when it comes to her titles, but also her image as well. Like the source said before, Hazara and Megxie built their brand on control and they weren't about to let a Kardashian post ruin that. But they're happy for Aquazzura to do a post of Hazara and Megxie being at the party. And this is no coincidence as far as I'm concerned, right? As Aquazzura even doubled down by promoting the heels she wore soon after with this post right here, just in a different colour. So, indulging a velvet moment with the black tie sandal in espresso brown. Let the dainty ribbon perched on fine straps add extra romance. And so, it all leads to one question. Was this a business arrangement between Aquazzura and Megxie? Was this an ad paid for by Megxie? Now, either way, right, the controversy and drama surrounding the whole Megxie and Hazard deleted pictures from the Kris Jenner party, blah, 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 that's not reflecting greatly on Aquazzura, right? The drama there will be most likely creating negative PR for the fashion house. The drama as well from the whole Photogate situation will be overshadowing what Megxie was wearing in the first place to the party. Incidentally, Aquazzura heels and the clutch and the earrings, right? All this being the exact opposite of what Aquazzura must have hoped for when they initially made their post linking Megxie to their shoes, their earrings and the clutch. Let me put it this way to you guys. I'm not going to be surprised if Aquazzura does not allow Megxie to merch for them again. Let me put it that way to you guys. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. We're going to get on to the third topic in a moment. And yes, if Megxie and Hazard thought that the whole Kardashian photo feud would overshadow this little nugget, oh, hell no. Is Prince Harry about to lose his title over his witness lying in the Daily Mail lawsuit? What the deuce is going on there? So for those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I am not done with you guys yet. But if you're watching live on YouTube or on X, if you haven't done so already, do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Like, share, and those on the replay, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. You think Aquazzura are miffed off with Megsy and the Kardashian Photogate situation? I think they would be. What do you guys think? For those on the replay, let me know in the comments down below. Those watching live again, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so, so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. All right, and that was the second topic for today's live stream. We're going to get onto a third one in a moment. I just want to say a special thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel here on YouTube or followed me on X at Stef The Alter Nerd so far during this live stream. I really appreciate your faces, and thank you so, so much to everyone that's thumbed up this stream here on YouTube. It helps me so, so much for this channel. You have no idea. And it's completely free. So if you guys want to help and you're unable to send any sugar bucks for whatever reason, no drama, not a problem. Please just like this stream because it really, really does help with this channel and YouTube's algorithm. So thank you so much to everyone that's done that so far. I really, really do appreciate your faces. With that being said, let's roll on to the third topic for today's live stream. Is Prince Harry about to lose his title over his witness lying in his Daily Mail lawsuit? It's all falling apart for Hazza now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because is Prince Harry about to lose his title over his witness lying in the upcoming Daily Mail lawsuit? Shiz the freaking bed. If Hazza and Megsy thought that the whole Kardashian Photogate would overshadow this story, not a freaking chance in hell. So here we go, right? So the private investigator, right, whose apparent confession prompted Prince Harry and others to sue the publisher of the Daily Mail, has claimed that his witness statement was completely false and the signature a forgery. So the dude that essentially kicked this off, right, the dude that gave Hazza and others the initial ammunition to sue the Daily Mail is turning around and saying that it was all a lie. It was all false. Oh, and the signature on that statement is also a lie and is also false. Oh, Hazza just needs to stop now. He really does. So who is this private investigator? So his name's Gavin Burrows, and he's claiming that his initial witness statement back in August 2021, in which he appeared to admit targeting a large number of private individuals over a number of years, by hacking phones and bugging cars, was, quote, prepared by others without my knowledge. So he's not even saying, right, that he saw the statement and it was signed by someone else, but he was Gucci with it, right? He's turning around and he's saying this statement and it being signed and everything, he didn't even have prior knowledge to until after it was done, after it was written up, after it was signed, and after it was submitted into the courts for the Daily Mail lawsuit. Like, mind freaking blown at this point, guys. This is freaking insane. Now, 5 of the 7 claimants, including Hazza, Sir Elton John, and Baroness Lawrence, have told the High Court that they actually started their legal action against the Daily Mail because of the evidence, or should I say evidence, from Gavin Burrows, who's now turning around and saying it was all false. It's all forged. So Gavin Burrows says that he felt very sorry for Lady Lawrence because she had been duped into pursuing a claim on the basis of false information. Now, why is he saying that? For those that will remember, because this saga has been going on now for a very, very long time, and I've been reporting on it every step of the way, the story goes that it was Hazard that brought Baroness Lawrence into this lawsuit. Whoopsie-doodle. So Gavin Burrows has now drafted up this 30-page witness statement and submitted it to the courts. He's done it with the help of independent lawyers, in which he says he does not recognise the purported witness statement issued in his name, saying, quote, "I believe that my signature on that document is a forgery," describing his various claims as completely false, complete rubbish, and a complete fantasy. Now, this statement is dated the 25th of September 2025. So this is nearly 2 months ago that this statement was submitted. And Gavin Burrows describes how he was approached by Graham Johnson, a convicted phone hacker who, quote, "would not leave me alone." So Graham Johnson is said to have told Gavin Burrows that he was working on phone hacking claims against newspapers and wanted some help with his research. He introduced him to a paralegal colleague called Dan Waddell, who paid Gavin Burrows £600 every time he advised them. So it's really, really bad that, we're going to say allegedly here, that there was a financial that there was a financial reason for this, a financial incentive for this, right? That's bad. That's bad. If this is true and there was a financial incentive on all of this, this is bad, 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 bad. It's completely, as far as I'm concerned, demolishes Hazard and his ethics on this, being like, I'm only doing this for the good of the world and to improve journalistic integrity and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if there was a financial incentive for all of this, right, as it seems to appear here, then Hazard needs to get off his freaking high horse now. Just dismount at this point and just walk away. Now, the article then says, on one occasion, according to Gavin Burrows, Johnson offered to pay him £3,000 to write a statement, but later insisting it was just a joke, right? So he says, "I remember they asked me on more than one occasion whether I had done any work for the Daily Mail. They told me that the Daily Mail was a major target. I told them repeatedly that I had not worked for the Mail." So if Gavin Burrows is turning around and saying, "I've not worked for the Daily Mail at all," and he's got the receipts to prove that, then how could he have made and signed that initial statement condemning the Daily Mail for their alleged practices in phone hacking and whatnot if he never worked there in the first place? This whole thing is falling apart before Hazard's very, very eyes. Gavin Burrows claims that Johnson and Waddell said papers did not want the publicity or cost of a court case, so would pay to settle claims, a pattern Waddell is said to have described as, quote, "a perfect scam and a gravy train." Again, emphasising this thing of Hazard turning around and saying that, doing this lawsuit is for the good of mankind, right? To improve journalistic integrity in the UK, this, that and the other. Well, that argument falls apart if this is all true. If behind it all, it is just a freaking perfect financial scam. Right? Now, what does this mean now for Hazard and his case against the Daily Mail? Before we get on to the title of it all, right? So, we've got Brittany from Royal News Network here on X, saying one of, if not the key witness in Prince Harry's upcoming phone hacking court case has completely recanted his alleged testimony and claimed that it was forged. The case will now have to rely on hearsay evidence, and that is not a good look. As GB News reports here, that it's now all got very complex, with claimants no longer intending to call Gavin Burrows as a witness due to him withdrawing his statement at this point. They plan to rely on hearsay evidence regarding his claims instead. Now, Daily Mail counsel Anthony White KC has requested permission to cross-examine Gavin Burrows about his recantation of the original statement, which, yeah, damn right they'll want to freaking cross-examine him now in court. And so Mr. Justice Matthew Nicklin has granted Hazard's barrister, Sherburn, a week to determine whether he also now wants to call Gavin Burrows as a witness, noting that if his testimony contradicts their evidence, they could technically request to treat him as a hostile witness. Now, let's get on to the title of it all, because what consequences could Hazard suffer as a result of this lying witness? Well, first and foremost, like I said, this could tank his case. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if he settles before it reaches trial next year. Secondly, there are reports that this could be the final nail in the coffin, the final excuse the royal family needs to remove his titles. Because here's Royally Sage is saying on X, according to Lady C, if Harry is involved in fraud and creating fraudulent evidence in his lawsuit, and it looks like fraud might have been committed, he might get the, quote, Andrew treatment. As in, his titles go bye-bye. And by extension, Meg's titles go bye-bye. The irony of it all would be hilarious. Oh, yeah. And I'm sure we'd be doing a live stream celebrating the loss of their titles at that point, right, guys? Now, you'd think the potential loss of the titles would be the most intriguing thing about this story for me, but it actually isn't. It's actually not. The most intriguing thing about this story for me is that this was actually noticed and reported 4 months ago. Snaps and claps to the St. Meghan Markle Reddit. I'm telling you right now, St. Meghan Markle Reddit is where it's freaking at, you guys. If you're not on Reddit, get on Reddit. And when you are on Reddit, follow the St. Meghan Markle Reddit page. Because shiz the freaking bed, they are awesome on there. You have no idea. And so here, huge credit to Human Economics 6894 for spotting this 4 months ago. They are the person to follow on of all Hazard's legal drama on St. Meghan Markle. And guess what? It's true. This was 4 months ago. Here's the Reddit post. Here are the receipts. And so let's go through it. If you've been following Hazard's court case from the beginning, you'll know that it's no surprise at all that Gavin Burrows' name has come up again in the pending case against the Daily Mail. The case against the Daily Mail is being led by Hazard amongst others. The relevant one, the one that really matters though, is Doreen Lawrence. And that's where Gavin Burrows comes in as a problem. Doreen Lawrence, otherwise known as Baroness Lawrence. So, in November 2021, Gavin Burrows appeared in the BBC documentary The Princes and the Press, admitting to having worked as a private investigator for tabloids such as The News of the World, The Sun and Mail on Sunday between 2000 and 2007. Describing Hazard as the new Diana, described methods as ruthless, including voicemail hacking, blah, blah, blah. He publicly apologised to Hazard, saying, "I robbed Hazard of his normal teenage years." That testimony has been key in Hazard's lawsuits against News Group newspapers, owner of News of the World and The Sun, and also against the Daily Mail. But, and this is where Reddit user comes in here, I explained that if the Sun's case fell through or Harry lost, the case against the Daily Mail would be dead. And the case against the Sun was already pretty much dead for one reason. In March 2023, Burrows submitted a statement to the High Court in the context of that case, in which he categorically denied the above statements and stated that he had not been hired by the Daily Mail or the Mail on Sunday to obtain illegal information, nor had he participated in those activities. He also argued that his alleged signature on the 2021 document had been forged. Yeah. So Gavin Burrows had already admitted 2.5 years ago in March 2023 that his statement was false, his signature was forged, and he never worked for the Daily Mail in the first place. He was never hired by them at all. Again, snaps and claps to the St. Meghan Markle Reddit here, because they knew about this 4 months ago. Now, Justice Nicklin noted serious inconsistencies, warning you may need to adjust your expectations about Burrows' reliability. Now, if they knew that Burrows' reliability was shot back in March 2023, why did they still rely on that initial statement and the signature, which is now, again, being repeated as false, this, that, and the other, for his case against the Daily Mail? Why? When they found out back in March 2023 that that statement was absolutely, like, monged at this point, right? False, the whole lot. Should have taken it out of the Daily Mail lawsuit as well. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they do that? See, this is the most intriguing thing about this story for me. Now you guys might understand why. Now, Burrows wasn't the only one implicated. You had others that were named as well, as you can see here. But the crux of the matter isn't Harry, it's Baroness Lawrence, and that's where Burrows' stumbling block lies. So according to Baroness Lawrence, it was what Burrows allegedly told Harry and Elton John that led her to sue. So Hazza goes up to Baroness Lawrence, this is how the story goes, allegedly, and says, this is the evidence that we've got from Gavin Burrows. You're affected as well. Do you want in on this lawsuit? Now, we've got to feel sorry for Baroness Lawrence, because she's been brought into this lawsuit based on evidence that is completely false. Completely false. This revelation at the time was key for Lawrence with what Burrows allegedly told Hazza at the time, right? Who said she felt used and violated to discover that she had been the target of covert spying despite the newspaper's supportive public image. Burrows has accused the legal team of forging his signature that was put on hold in the Sun case because a settlement was reached before the trial began. But since the Daily Mail is ultimately being sued, not by Harry but by Lawrence, the issue of Burrows' statement could now bring everything down. Burrows' testimony is already flawed, but if it's proven that he did tell the truth in 2023 and that his signature on his witness statement was forged, that puts Hazza, Elton and their barrister Sherburn in serious trouble. And by the way things are going, the Daily Mail could win by a landslide. Like I've said, by the way things are going, I think they're going to settle before it even gets to trial in January. His whole case has fallen apart. The piece of evidence that Hazza was relying on initially to kickstart this whole thing is now dead in the water. And the consequences of that, as I've just mentioned to you earlier on, they now have to rely on hearsay. Yeah, relying on hearsay in a court of law. Yeah, I'm no lawyer, but I am very lucky enough to have, you know, a few lawyer mates. And yeah, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing at all. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. We're going to get on to the bonus Hazza and Megxie story in a moment. Megxie, could she go to jail over selling wine without a license? What the deuce is going on there? So anyone that's watching live, whether on YouTube or on X, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet, but if you haven't done so already, do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef Alter Nerd for more misadventures, the gruesome twosome. Like, share, comment down below if you're watching on the replay, your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do you think, like me, that there is a big, massive chance now that Hazard's going to settle with the Daily Mail before he even reaches trial? Now that Hazard's key witness has essentially admitted to lying. I think it's going to go that way, but what do you guys think? Now, those watching on the replay, let me know in the comments down below. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet. But for those on the replay, thank you so, so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. All right, and that was the third topic for today's live stream. We're going to get on to the bonus Hazard and Megsy story in a moment. A few thank yous, though, before we jump into it. Jeffrey, thank you so, so much for your continued support for the leadership for the last 18 months. I appreciate you first. Thank you so, so much, mate. Susan King, thank you so much for that very, very generous $20 sugar bucks. Guys, hearts in the chat, very, very generous. Saying nobody gets to walk into the home of Bezos and tick boxes and demand their privacy. His home and he sets the rules. Well, exactly. But it's not just that. Let me put it this way to you. If you are going to go to a Kardashian event, by just going to the Kardashian event, you are accepting that any pictures, anything like that, could potentially be on their social medias and could potentially be on their show. It's just the nature of the Kardashians. It just comes part and parcel with that. Like, what the freaking shiz biscuit is this nonsense? Do you know what I mean? It's freaking insane. Jeffrey, thank you so much for the sugar bucks, saying hello, Steph. It's wonderful to see you, and it's wonderful to see you guys as well. Thank you again so much for all your support over the last 7 days. It's meant the world to my family and I, so thank you so, so much for that. Wow, Frankie. Whoa, dude. Major freaking arts for Frankie right now. Oh my goodness, that is extremely generous of you. Thank you so much for the $49.99 sugar bucks there. Dude, thank you. Saying your shows are so in and funny look for wardrobes, your political channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was very, very kind of you to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Major hearts in the chat now for Frankie. Like, she's the bed. Do that. Thank you so much. An Aussie Queen of the Ruse. Oh, you've sent a PayPal. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, let me have a look. Oh, Aussie Queen of the Ruse. Thank you. Just logging in now to it. My goodness. Oh, what's going on there? Nope. Oh, Aussie Queen of the Ruse. Do that. Oh. I'm just gonna round it up. But thank you so much for that very generous $20 sugar bucks there into me PayPal. Oh, she's the freaking bed. Thank you so much. I wonder why I didn't get notified about that on my phone. Maybe I just need to look at my notifications and make sure it's turned on or something. But Aussie Queen of the Ruse, thank you so, so much for that. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Wow. Oh, yeah. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for all your generosity, you guys. I really appreciate it. And again, special thank you to everyone that has so far subscribed to this channel whilst watching today's stream, or followed me on X whilst watching today's stream. And big major thanks to those that have also thumbed up this live stream as well, because it really, really helps this channel with the YouTube algorithm, and it's completely free. So if you want to help me and do something that's completely free in helping me, then make sure on your way out you've liked this stream. It takes 1 second of your time, but it really, really helps out your favourite creators. It really, really does. It really, really does. With that being said, guys, let's jump into the final topic for today's live stream. Big major special thanks to everyone that contributed to today's super chat goal to unlock this bonus Hazza and Megsy story. And this is a doozy, because I've done some research on this as well. And yeah, could Meghan Markle go to jail over selling wine without a license? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend here, right? Let me jump into this right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because I'm just asking for a friend here, but could Meghan Markle go to jail over selling wine without a license? This is a little bit of a dodgy one, guys, so let me break it down to you, okay? So here's the article from the Daily Mail. Meghan Markle's wealthy pal's bookshop, so Godmother's in Montecito, is reported to council for serving her as ever wine without a licence after Megsy used it as a promotional pop-up. And so a lot of people accused Megsy's friend's bookshop, Godmother's, of selling alcohol without a licence after we saw bottles of Megsy's wine being promoted in Godmother's, right? With those pictures on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. So you've got a photo of a bottle of fizz and a bucket of ice, some wine in a wooden crate, amongst Megsy's other as-ever products. Thing is, though, yeah, Godmother's allegedly doesn't have a licence to sell alcohol on the premises. So this has prompted several people to say that they've actually reported Godmother's, the business, to the local council over at Montecito of an alleged breach of licensing laws, given Godmother's application for an alcohol licence was still pending. So they don't have a licence, but they've got one that's pending. As in, they've submitted the application to have a licensed alcohol, but they don't actually have that licence yet because the council is deciding whether to give them the licence or not. Yeah. Now, a source has thrown cold water over this theory by insisting that the bottles seen was just filled with water and the ice cubes were fake. The source saying that the bottle was purely for display purposes and that no as-ever wine was served. So all the as-ever wine that we saw in those pictures at Godmother's, oh yeah, it's just full of water, guys. Just full of water. There was no wine in there whatsoever. Yeah, that didn't stop people reporting Godmother's. And so, just, you know, these bottle of wines here, based on their explanation, right? These bottles of unopened wines here were just filled with water, yeah? Because they explained, no, there was no alcohol in those as ever bottle of wines. No. It was just water, that was it. Yeah, just water. Just water, that's all. Yeah. Look, I'll tell you something right now. That pink here, that's a funny kind of shade of water to me. I'm just saying that right now, all right? If I had, right, a glass of water and it were pink coloured, I wouldn't be drinking that shiz. I'd be like, what is in that water? Because that water's supposed to be clear. Water's not supposed to be pink. It's supposed to be clear. There's something wrong with that water. I ain't freaking drinking it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And based on their logic, this opened bottle of wine. Yeah, that was also just filled with water as well, guys. And people were just drinking water from this opened bottle of wine, yeah? There wasn't wine in there. No, 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 no. It was just water. So, okay. Let me get this straight. So, for anyone ordering wine from Meg's brand, asking for a friend here, but is there a chance that what you receive isn't actually wine, but just very expensive water that might be coloured, depending on whether you get the Sauvignon Blanc, the Rosé, or the whatever? You can't make this shiz up even you freaking tried. So, I suppose, right, based on this logic of the bottles pictured not having wine in them, right, that it was just water and that's it, guys, right? I guess this picture here is also not what it seems. The jars don't have spread in them, guys. These jars here that you're seeing, right? And these jars here at the end here, oh, no, they don't have spread in them. Just special jelly, guys. And, oh, no, these, they're not teas, guys. No, they're not teas. No, they're just Montecito autumn leaves that they collected from the ground. And, oh, yeah, these aren't candles, guys. No. These are not candles that you see, guys. No, they're just wax blocks. They're just blocks made of wax. And, yeah, wink, wink, special shout out to Link Lauren for that one. Now, what could be the consequences for Megxian godmothers if in, let's say, an alternate universe, that they did sell Meg's As Ever wine at Godmother's without the proper licensing and permits? What are the consequences? They're not good. Let me put it that way. Criminal penalties, guys. Hot water of the most legal kind. Now, thanks to AAAliquorlicenses.com for this information. They say selling alcohol without a valid license is a misdemeanor under California law. For a first offence, it's considered as a misdemeanor charge. It can result in up to 6 months in jail, potential fines and community service requirements. And for repeat offences, you get harsher penalties, including up to a year in jail, increased fines and mandatory community service. The court may also impose community service or probation as part of the sentencing. So, jail time, big major F or fines, community service and probation could be the consequences for all of this. Now, the financial penalties, let's get into that. So, for first-time offenders, fines start at $250. Subsequent violations can result in fines of up to $1,000 or more. But the cost implications are far more and far greater than that. It's not just a slap on the wrist financially, because the total cost for businesses and individuals can quickly escalate when factoring in legal fees, loss of product, other associated expenses. And unprofitable business owners and those running small-scale operations, i.e. Megxi, right, can be hit especially hard. Now, what's the impact on future licensing? Because, as we've just mentioned, right, godmothers have submitted an application to be able to sell alcohol on their premises, but it's not been confirmed yet. It's not been accepted yet, right? And for Megxi, she's selling her wine right now with her brand As Ever, but has allegedly put her wine into a premises that doesn't have the necessary licenses and permits to be able to sell it in the first place, even though they're turning around and saying, no, there wasn't any wine in there, it was just water. I mean, who really believes that BS? I mean, come on, right? That's what they say. But quite frankly, I don't believe that BS. You're going to open up a wine, right, that only has water inside, that's half full. People are just going to be drinking water from a bottle of wine. Are you having the giraffe? Come the frick on. It makes no damn sense whatsoever. So, further consequences, impact on future licensing, right? So, violating California's alcohol licensing laws by selling without a proper license can have long-term consequences. Future licensing issues. The ABC has the authority to deny future applications based on past violations. Previous offences can make it difficult for a business owner or previous owner to obtain a new liquor licence, federal permit or temporary permits. And this denial can affect the ongoing business and future operations, such as expanding into a new type of alcohol sales or transferring a licence to a new business owner. It can also affect a restaurant owner looking to add wine sales or a dance club seeking to offer more diverse alcoholic beverage options. In other words, Godmothers is firstly in trouble, potentially. Even though they're saying it was just water in there was no wine in those bottles, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. They need to be on their hands and knees hoping that their application for selling alcohol in California goes through at this point. And Megsy needs to be on her hands and knees, hoping that her license ain't taken away for putting in alcohol, allegedly, right, into a premises that doesn't have the proper license and permits to begin with. Because just as quick as a license can be given to you for selling alcohol, it can be taken away as well. How do I know? Well, those that don't know, I went to university when I was younger, when I was 18 years old, for 3 years. And for those that don't know, I have a degree in international relations and security studies, a degree that Megsy would kill for, let me put it that way, for those that know, you know. And during those years when I was at university, to help, live, right, financially, I worked at the bars. I worked at the pubs in the evenings. And so I am very familiar with alcohol licensing laws here in the UK because of that. Let me put it this way. The UK, very, very quick to give you a licensing law, even quicker to take it away. I can only imagine that in California, you might be looking at the same scenario here. They'll give it to you, but they're quicker to take it away if you F up. So, yeah. What are the consequences for Megsy and Godmothers for allegedly selling wine at their premises without a license? Yeah, they could be fined. They could be on probation. They could have community service. Godmothers could have their pending application to sell alcohol on their premises completely denied at this point. And even more scarier for Megsy and Godmothers, they could go to jail. They could go to jail. Now, again, they're denying that they sold alcohol at the premises. They're turning around and saying, all those bottles that you saw with the as ever wine bottles, there wasn't wine in there, it was water. Does anyone believe that BS? Because I know I don't. With that being said, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. I'm not done with you guys yet, whether you're watching on YouTube or X, stay exactly where you are. But if you haven't done so already, do make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Stef Alter Nerd for more misadventures of the gruesome twosome. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatevers if you're watching on the replay. What do you think the consequences should be for Megsy and Godmothers if it is proven that they sold wine at the premises without a license? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, those watching live, stay exactly where you are. But for those watching on the replay, thank you so, so much for tuning in. Appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. All right, and that was the bonus Hazard and Megsy story for today's live stream. Again, a special thank you to everyone that contributed to today's super chat goal. Appreciate your faces. Thank you so much. My goodness, we do have a couple of thank yous. Tammy Job BD1, thank you so much for that very kind sugar book, saying, finally made a show, been busy with winter prep. Yes. I've not done any winter Christmas prep at the moment. I do not do anything Christmas-wise until it's literally the 1st of December. The 1st of December is Christmas month. And then at that point, I put up my tree and all my decorations. And this channel changes as well a little bit. For those that were here last year at Christmas, you guys know. And this year, oh, it's no different. So, yeah. Stay tuned, guys, for December. And oh my goodness, yes. I can't say much right now. All I'll say is I'm doing something pretty exciting with Dan Wooten on his channel in December. And I'm really looking forward to it. And it's going to be so much fun. And it's not the usual, guys. Stay tuned. You have no idea. I wish I could say more. I can't, but it's going to be so much fun. So there we go. Done. Before I get really excited and then just blurp it out. Carol, thank you so much for your continued support for the leadership. Saying again, Meghan doesn't know what state or federal laws impact her business. Nah, not really. She's just a joke at this point. She really is. Anywho, my goodness. Hey up, everyone watching on X. I see you guys watching. 357 of you so far. How's it going, guys? Connor, sir, thank you so much for your live chats over there. Saying Hazard can get a cash-in-hand job at Deliveroo if he returns to England as an anonymous asylum seeker. Yeah, but for him to return to England, he'd have to fly to France and then get on one of those dinghies and come across the channel to then break into the country, and then we roll out the red carpet for him. And he'll be put up in literally like a 5-star hotel, get all the money from the taxpayers, this, that, and the other, and he's then sorted for life. So there we go. For those that know, you guys know. And if you don't, make sure you head on over to my second channel, Political Nerds, because, yeah, the state of the UK at the moment is absolutely atrocious. So there we go on that. Vanda, but... I know, right? I know. When it comes to Hazard's lawsuit with the Daily Mail, yeah! That initial statement went in, but... it was all lies! His case is done. It's done. He ain't slaying no frickin' dragons. She's the frickin' bed. Dragon slayer? Ha! He's a dragon slayer, right? Then I'm a fairy that farts rainbows and unicorns and butterflies out of me ass. You see my wings? Come on. Connor Sir then says for the final bonus Hazard and Megsy story, oh no, but I paid for wine. Yeah, you might not be getting wine. According to their explanation, some of these wines might be filled with water instead. Oh, and he's hydrophobic. You are joking, right, mate? You are, right? You got to be joking. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying in the YouTube live chat before we end today's Daily Nerd Live. And, oh, yeah, we've achieved a monkey! Thank you so much to everyone that took 1 second of their time to like this live stream. It helps the channel out so much. You have no idea when it comes to the YouTube and the algorithm. So... for you guys that have hit that like button, this one's for you. So thank you so much to everyone that took literally 1 second of their time to hit that like button. Like I said, it is completely free and it helps the channel out so much. I'm not even over exaggerating. You have no idea. It really, really does. Every time you hit that like button, it tells YouTube that this is the kind of content you guys want to watch. And so YouTube then pushes out the channel and the content even further, helping the community grow even more. Like, it does have that domino knock-on effect. You guys have no idea. So big major thank you to those that have liked this stream so far. I appreciate you guys' faces. And if you haven't done so and you're watching right now, you guys know what to do. Go on. You want more Misadventures of Harry and Meghan? Hit that like button. And for those that don't, I can only assume, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that potentially you might be a sugar. Just saying. I'm just saying. Jokes, by the way. Jokes. But there we go. Let's see what else you guys are saying before we crack on. Let's see. Oh, Michael Mention says, I always hit the like button. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Craig Mawson says, Steph, I think Has-Been will go begging King Charles for money to pay for his court cases, if he hasn't done so already. I have a funny feeling he's done that already. Come on. How could he have not? Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, right? Anywho. See what else you guys are saying. Renee says, this fallout will be good for the Kardashian ratings. They were worried for a couple of years. So what I said earlier on, Kris Jenner's no freaking dummy. She's going to monetize this shiz now. She'll be that angry that their dramas overshadowed her party and the Kardashians, right? How dare anyone overshadow the Kardashians and her party, right? But she'll want her own back. She'll want her revenge. She'll be planning right now, I'm sure of it, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, a full episode on the next season of the Kardashians, going through it all. And completely throwing Harry and Meghan under the bus. I'm telling you right now. I would not be surprised. I really, really wouldn't. I won't blame her either. If I'm going to go there, I won't blame her either. Really wouldn't. Renee says, if you attend my birthday bash, eat my food, birthday cake, drink me alcohol, take photos with my friends, relatives, guests, and myself included, guess what? I'm posting it on Facebook. Fair play. Fair play. Personally, for me, I'm different on that. So, how do I put this? So, you guys, for example, right? Okay. Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox and I, we are still setting up Fitness Nerds. That is still in the works. Now, Mr. Fox, all I'll say is this, right? He will be a part of the channel. You just won't be seeing him. Because I've decided to put myself out here, right? You guys see my face, you guys know my name, all this lot, right? He and the rest of my family and friends have not done that. So I'm not going to take that decision out of their hands and put them on the internet. That's not fair. They've not chosen to be on the internet. I have. Does that make sense? So for me, when my friends and my family, right, go to my birthday party, unless they are known on YouTube and whatnot, right? Like my big brother Andy and Lewis Lecker and my sister Kim and all that lot. Unless it's them, you're not seeing pictures of my family and my friends and Mr. Fox. because they've not chosen to be on the internet and become known to where I'm at, right? I have. The difference between me and Azza and Megzy is that they're known. They've put themselves out there, right? They're chasing the fame and fortune. They want to become the A-listers, the billionaires, this, that, and the other. It's absolutely ridiculous for them to go to a freaking Kardashian party and think to themselves that they were never going to be A, pictured, and B, then be shared on social media. I mean, come on, of course the Kardashians were going to do that. They're going to see it as royalty attending their party. Come on. Of course they're going to milk that shiz. But yeah, fair play to you, Renee, but personally for me, because of what I do here on the internet and on YouTube and whatnot, I don't do this. But I hope you understand why in that respect. Okay. Let's see what else you guys say. Wheezy Squeeze Bock, I love this. Water for wine, wickless candles, and mutton dressed up as lamb. Megsy's brand in a nutshell. Booyah! Oh, booyah. Deborah M, I always forget to hit the like button, so thank you. Well, thank you. King Bob, I always hit the like button too, except when I forget. Well, hopefully you've not forgotten this time, mate. Appreciate it. Simply Karen says the like button is the first thing I always do. Booyah. Booyah. Let's see. Go Home Kid said they just threw 50,000 from Archewell to the Massacre Kids YouTube. Of course, African children, they want their names attached all the time now. The police better do something. They're back. Yeah. I saw that as well. They did it on like, what is it, GoFundMe? I saw a screenshot of it, that they did it on the GoFundMe page for the Massacre Kids. £50,000, dollars, whatever the denomination they used was. And I'm like, all right. But I don't know. I'm a little bit uneasy with that donation because Archewell Productions executive produced this Netflix series on Massacre Kids. And now Archewell Foundation is donating $50,000 to the Massacre Kids. And I don't know. Something feels off with that. Extremely off. Does that make sense? I don't know what it is with it, but it just sounds like Dodge City. It really does. It just sounds like Dodgy City. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking a little bit too into it, admittedly. I'll be honest there, but I don't know. I just feel a bit uneasy with that one. Let's see. Exactly. Deirdre says, Megzy and Hazza are fair game. They want to be seen. Yeah. Exactly. Sarge says, Facebook is horrible. Yeah. When I was at university, I was there at the time when Facebook actually started, and you could only sign up to a Facebook account if you actually had a legitimate university email. Like, that is how much of an early adopter I was of social media and Facebook. And over the years, Facebook has transformed from what it was to what it is now, and it's completely unrecognizable. It really, really is. I don't go on to my Facebook anymore. I really, really don't. The only reason why I've got it, admittedly, is because my family in Italy for whatever reason, still like to use Facebook and still use it. So it's great to be able to go onto Facebook to see what they're up to. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, it is horrible. Back in the day, it wasn't. It was an absolute revolution. It was a joy. Absolutely loved it. Me and my mates at university, we were on it all the time. Do you know what I mean? For those that know, you know, we'd poke each other. And I'd be like upstairs, right? My mate would be downstairs, and we'd be messaging each other on Facebook. So, yeah. Facebook was wonderful when it started out, but over time it just turned to rat shit. So, yeah, it is horrible now. It really, really is. My social media thing of choice is, of course, YouTube. Hi. But X. I am on X a heck of a lot now. X is my place to be able to see what you guys are saying on there. And yeah, get all pretty much the stories of the gruesome twosome and what's been going on over for political nerds when it comes to the UK and the rest of the world. So yeah, Facebook is, to me, it's dead in the water. It is really, really dead in the water now. Like what Facebook has done, what Facebook did to MySpace back in the day, because I used to be on MySpace. Like, this is how much of an early adopter I was of social media, right? I was also on MySpace, right? Loved it. But yeah, what Facebook did to MySpace, because Facebook obliterated MySpace, now X is doing to Facebook. It's obliterating Facebook now. So, there we go, guys. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Oh, Crag, Steph, my daughter loves your channels. Oh, well, hey up, Crag's daughter. How's it going? Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate your face. Oh, let's see. I'll look at a couple more of your comments and then it's time to go to bed. It's nearly midnight here. She's the freaking bed. It is actually. It's nearly midnight. It's 11:45 here in UK. Oh my goodness. Wheezy Squeezebox. How's to use other people's money and children to benefit yourself? Ta-da. Yeah. Yeah. Michael mentioned, you know what? I'm going to leave it with this. Michael mentioned, I call it F-book and Insta spam, LOL. Yeah, I tried using Instagram for a while. But again, I can't really get on with that either. Apart from, you know, the DMs that I have there on Instagram, I just don't really go on there much anymore, really, in the grand scheme of things. That, and I tried TikTok. A few years ago, I tried TikTok. And I would upload little videos on TikTok. But again, I just couldn't get into it. Just wasn't my thing. I prefer providing long-form content. In other words, I like to run my mouth and talk for ages. In this instance, for an hour and nearly 45 minutes on this stream. Do you know what I mean? Trying to condense myself into literally a couple of minutes, generally speaking, is never going to work. It never is going to work. With that being said, on that bombshell, yeah, I'm off to bed before it becomes quite literally the next day here in the UK. So, with that being said, thank you so much to everyone that's tuned in, whether you're watching on YouTube or on X Live. Appreciate your faces. Thank you so much to everyone that's kept me company in the live chats on YouTube and X. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much to everyone that's hit that like button on this stream here on YouTube and has subscribed to me here on this channel or on X. Special major thank yous to those that have joined as a leader or gifted leaderships. Please bear in mind the leader only stream will be happening next weekend now that I'm back and everything's starting to kind of go back to normal, if that makes sense. So Looking forward to catching up with all my leaders. And thank you so much to everyone that sent sugar bucks my way. Appreciate your faces. Thank you so much for that. With that being said, that is it for today's Daily Nerd Live. I appreciate all your faces. You're going to get your usual content back to the normal regular scheduling program next week. Your 3 Daily Nerds Monday to Thursday, and then we're going to go to the Daily Nerd Live Friday edition, 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock Eastern, and then we do it all over again this time next week, 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Eastern for the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition. Thank you so much to everyone that's tuned in as I'm getting back to life and normality. I appreciate all your faces and all your compassion and kindness. Enjoy I'm going to say the rest of your week. Enjoy next week, wherever you are in the world. And until the next time, you guys, laters.